Chinese leader Xi Jinping now stands shoulder to shoulder with Chairman Mao in the pantheon of China's most iconic figures. State media has been amplifying coverage of the Grand Parade scheduled for next week, where the Chinese military is preparing to unveil anti-ship missiles, advanced combat drones, and nuclear-capable ballistic missiles. A crisp September morning settles over Beijing. Streets are sealed off, cameras positioned, and the eyes of the world fixed on the capital. Suddenly, an armored convoy glides past the crowds. But this isn't just another military parade. Beneath the tarps and polished steel are glimpses of the future of warfare. Hypersonic missiles, unmanned submarines, robotic vehicles, and stealth drones. The technology looks more like something from a sci-fi blockbuster than today's battlefield. And here's the twist. Many of these weapons have never before been revealed, not even in leaked satellite imagery. This is the most significant unveiling in decades, and every system carries the same message: China isn't preparing for yesterday's battles, it is building to dominate tomorrow's wars. Today we're breaking down China's breathtaking military parade. This wasn't simply a show of hardware, it was a declaration of power, a rewriting of doctrine, and a warning shot aimed at Washington. If what was displayed in Beijing is real, then the age of uncontested American military supremacy may already be over. Military parades are nothing new. Most nations use them for display, ceremony, or tradition. China has done so too, typically every 5 or 10 years to highlight incremental progress. But this time was different. This parade unveiled a staggering array of next-generation systems, many of which had only been whispered about in defense circles. Some were so advanced that they could potentially render long-standing U.S. strategies obsolete. We're talking about hypersonic weapons designed to make American air defenses irrelevant, autonomous underwater systems meant to slip past naval blockades, and robotic ground units alongside stealth drones crafted for contested skies. This wasn't just a parade, it was a strategic warning. And if you think these systems are decades away, think again. Evidence suggests some may already be active. So, what exactly did China roll out? And why does this parade signal a new era of warfare? Let's break it all down. The highlight was, without question, the hypersonic arsenal. First up, the YJ-20. This maneuverable missile is built to strike moving ships at sea or hardened ground targets. But what makes it dangerous is its intelligence. It doesn't just fly at extreme speed, it performs evasive maneuvers in the final phase, making interception nearly impossible. This is the evolution of anti-access warfare. Picture an entire US carrier group wiped out before a single jet can take off. Then came the surprise addition, the YJ-17. Looking like a smaller version of the DF-17's glide vehicle, it's designed to boost up to 40 kilometers before gliding at hypersonic speeds through the upper atmosphere in unpredictable, zigzagging patterns. Good luck intercepting that. The YJ-15 followed. Powered by a ramjet engine, it races at Mach 3 just above the waterline, hidden beneath radar, the ultimate close-range ship killer. Finally, the YJ-19 appeared. Believed to be China's first true hypersonic cruise missile, powered by a scramjet engine, it can sustain extreme velocities over long distances and adjust its path mid-flight. Think of Russia's Zircon, but potentially even more refined. All 4 of these weapons are compatible with the universal vertical launch cells on China's Type 55 destroyers. That means Beijing could unleash salvos from multiple directions at once. The US. Navy's long-trusted Aegis systems? Too slow. THAAD? Not designed for this. SM-6? Far too limited a number. For decades, American power projection has rested on carrier groups. These hypersonics may have just rendered that approach obsolete. But the parade didn't stop with missiles. What rolled down Chang'an Avenue also underscored China's pursuit of autonomous sea power. First was a 20-meter-long torpedo-shaped drone reminiscent of Russia's Poseidon. But this isn't an ordinary torpedo, it's a strategic weapon, possibly nuclear-powered, designed to travel silently across oceans for weeks or even months before detonating near ports or carrier strike groups. In short, a submarine nuke on autopilot. Then came another unmanned submarine, larger, heavier, outfitted with sensor masts and what looked like flank sonar arrays. Likely roles: sea denial, surveillance, mine deployment, anti-submarine warfare, and possibly even launching smaller drones. The US Orca XL-UV program was supposed to give Washington an edge, but China may already have not 1, but 2 operational models. And then, the smallest of the unmanned submarines, compact enough to fit inside a torpedo tube. These could be deployed as sensor nodes, mine layers, or kamikaze drones. Released in swarms, they could transform whole stretches of ocean into kill zones. The U.S. Navy's greatest fear has always been losing undersea dominance. With systems like these, that fear is inching closer to reality. Next came the skies. Cameras captured a massive truck-mounted unit that seemed to house a high-energy laser weapon. Not a prototype, but something deployable. Imagine a 75-kilowatt beam frying drones and cruise missiles at the speed of light. No ammunition, no reload, just sustained fire as long as the generator holds. Why is this important? Because America's strategy of overwhelming an adversary with swarming missiles depends on cost. Each US missile costs millions, a laser beam costs pennies. China may have just flipped the economics of warfare. The air defense showcase didn't stop there. New HQ series SAMs rolled through, including the HQ-19, China's version of THAAD, and the rumored HQ-29, possibly a match for Russia's S-500. Together, these extend China's anti-ballistic shield, threatening not just aircraft but even US missiles during boost phase. Air dominance has always been America's trump card. In a world of lasers and next-gen SAMs, that dominance is no longer guaranteed. Then came the robots. Unmanned ground vehicles, robotic engineering units, armed buggies paired with quadcopters. Even robotic dogs, yes, robot dogs, equipped with antennas, sensors, and, in some demonstrations, rifles. This isn't futuristic speculation. This is China's vision for battlefield automation coming alive. But the true game changers were the unmanned fighter-like aircraft. At least 3 distinct designs were spotted. Maybe mock-ups, maybe not. But the message was unmistakable. China is betting big on drone warfare. One design resembled a compact stealth fighter optimized for jamming or reconnaissance. Another, a tailless lambda wing aircraft, could be supersonic and house internal weapons bays. A third resembled a scaled-down version of the rumored J-36 sixth-generation fighter. And then there was the GJ-11, the stealth UCAV already infamous in defense circles, alongside a massive unmanned helicopter seemingly tailored for naval reconnaissance and anti-submarine operations. Why is this significant? Because no other nation is pursuing such a breadth of combat drone programs at once. The US has 2 major platforms. China has at least 6. Combine that with AI autonomy, industrial-scale production, and swarm tactics, and the balance flips. This isn't about one F-35 versus one J-20. It's about one U.S. carrier against 100 autonomous attackers. Thanks for watching. So, what do you think? Are these systems real capabilities or just parade theater? And if they are real, can the US stop what's coming? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. And as of right now, Beijing appears to be in the lead.